Here's a headline from U.S. News and World Report recently. Issa kicked out of private Benghazi meeting. There was video taken. There were reporters outside of that hearing, saw you interact with the chairman, Trey Gowdy. A little bit of a discussion there. You walked off. What happened?
Well, that's been an interesting story. I talked to Chairman Gowdy beforehand and said I was thinking about stopping in. Was there a problem? He said, I know of no reason there would be. 45 minutes went by. I had another meeting. I went down. It was an odd situation. It was a room with no pre-room. You opened the door and you were suddenly inside there. At that point, a staff person for the Democrats objected to my being in there. I looked and said, well, I'm not going to hang around here. Chairman Gowdy hadn't said anything. I simply said, we'll take care of it. It wasn't a big thing. Trey and I are good friends. He has been a phenomenal member of Congress. He was very concerned that he hadn't explained it to me. I didn't know that they were going to object. So he came after me to say, Daryl, I'm sorry I didn't get back to you. I was a little surprised. It was like, this isn't a big deal. The fact is that every member of Congress is interested in trying to get to the truth. And I was going to be on the record on another show, and I thought it would be worth at least being able to say I was in the briefing and I heard something, but it wasn't the end of the world. And Trey remains one of my closest friends in Congress.
You were seen throwing a soda can into the trash, apparently, and you walked off, and Chairman Gowdy threw up his hands. This is a video, by the way, that is seen many times.
Well, you can see a video and completely misunderstand it.
Sure.
As you know, I didn't drink your water. I came in drinking coffee. I'd finished my Diet Coke and I threw it in the trash can. I'm not a basketball player, but I can toss a can. The fact is, I wasn't upset. This wasn't an upsetting thing. I have lots of things to do. It was something where there was a misunderstanding where Chairman Gowdy 45 minutes earlier didn't know of a problem, and there wasn't an ability, quite frankly, to cross the threshold and be told that in advance. And Trey was coming out in an abundance of trying to say, Daryl, let me explain. And it was like, it isn't that big a deal. So I think, is it frustrating that Democrats didn't want me sitting in the corner of a room listening? Sure. There wasn't a single Democratic member in there at the time. What they had done is they'd done a press conference beforehand. They were going in and out so they could do press avails, but they weren't actually there to listen to what I considered to be somewhat of an unlawful confidant who had a conflict and was advising Hillary, who was using her private email. There were a lot of questions being asked in that interview, and to the extent that they covered me going in and out, rather than covering the fact that you had somebody who had been undisclosed, who clearly had conflicts, who had been part of this nexus between then Secretary Clinton and the foundation activities that continued and business activities in Libya. Those are concerning, and I hope that people get back to the fact that Chairman Gowdy, on a very professional basis, has been pursuing what he is charged to pursue in the most nonpartisan professional way I've ever seen.
And that was the testimony of Sid Blumenthal,
yes,
a confidant ally of the former Secretary of State.